Okay, my name is Peter Sripol. I'm out here doing paramotor training with One-Up Adventures. Coming here, I was like, I've had some sort of like expectations for like paramotors. I'm like, oh yeah, they're just a bunch of strings you fly around with. And well, the first thing I did was I got up in the air in the trike, and that's pretty cool. I'm like, okay, this is very different than my airplanes that I've built or flown in, considering there's no yoke or joystick. It's just strings and a lever to pull the strings. So that's pretty cool coming in. I'm like, all right, I guess we're gonna do this now. It's awesome. Yeah. So a little bit about my background. I do have quite a bit of aviation sort of experience, but it's usually with like homemade stuff, like ultralights. So as far as like regulations go, this is very similar to what I've already been doing, except now I'm flying on fabric and stuff, and I've never done that before. And I'm like, it still makes me nervous because I'm like, strings are only good in one dimension. You pull them, they're totally straight. You press them and they turn to noodles. And I'm like, I should probably get some instruction because airplanes different. Still should get instruction. This stuff, I don't. Yeah, you definitely want instruction from the YouTube videos I've seen of people scaring themselves to death. So definitely would recommend instructions because everything so far has been great. And I have all my limbs still attached to my body and they still work. So early this morning, I believe it was Travis, he was like, we're gonna go do some taxi practice and maybe fly, but with not much of an emphasis on the flying part. So I'm like, okay, we'll go do the thing and run around. I'm like, okay, running around, I'm like, all right, well, the wing is coming up. It's getting a little up there. I'm looking at the shadow and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll run a little bit more. And then he's like, you know, it's like full power. I'm like, wow, I thought we were just taxiing.
A little more power, a little more power, lean back, full power, keep running.
Okay, whatever, full power. I'm like, okay, now I'm really running around the field and like, this is taking forever. Also, there was no wind this morning, so it just makes everything awful. So I just kept running and running. I'm like, next thing you know, finally it just picks you up and it's like a swing set, except the swing set is now moving at an alarming rate upwards to the sky.
Is this safe?
Congratulations, man. That is awesome. Is this safe? No, don't look at the strings. Everything's good.
Okay. It wasn't actually that bad because it's a low power motor and it's fairly vibration free, the Atom 80. So it's like, it wasn't really that bad. Just the running sucked. But once you were in the air, just like sitting in a swing set, just whizzing through the sky, and you just pull some strings every now and then. You go left, you go right, and you come around and land. So it was a lot of fun. Actually, I'm looking forward to doing it again. Because that was cool. I didn't have that much time up there, but when I took off and looked over the valley, it looked so cool because I'm like, whoa, we're flying, look around and all that. You definitely have a lot more of a view than anything I've ever been in, so it's really neat.